Hey guys, today we're going to be making Beautiful by Estee Lauder, or Beautiful Type by Estee Lauder. This will be the third soap in the May collection for designer women. I'm going to do a pink base and a broken mica line. It's going to be gold, and then on the top I'm going to do a mica drizzle with a little swirl on it. Alright, let's get started. Okay, since I'm not doing a drop swirl, I'm not going to have an accent color. It's all going to be pink, which is the mica line inside. So I think what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and put my fragrance in, because I don't expect it to do anything funky. It shouldn't discolor or anything. So just go ahead and add it to the whole batch. Stir it in by hand. Went a little yellow. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. You see how yellow that turned? Woo! It also looks like a rice, just a little bit. Not supposed to have any of these issues with this fragrance, but alas we do. Man, that is some bright yellow. Wow. Alright. Since it riced a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and stick blend it just a tad more. See if we can't get that out. See, I can't even put any pink in this now. I'm afraid if I put pink in it, it's going to turn orange. Not even joking. Alright. Okay. I think I'm just going to leave it this color. I think it's pretty, and it's called Beautiful. We're going to rock it. Let's see. I need this to set up a little bit more. So I'm going to pour just a tiny bit in. Oh yeah, it's setting up pretty good. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take my little spoon and I'm going to try and push some of this, move it over. Well, it's not as thick as I thought it was. Trying to kind of pile it up on one side. Alright. Now let's see if I have time to get this mica line in here. Okay, whoops. So we're going to put some mica right here on the side. Okay, I think that's good. Alright. So now, oh yeah, it's set up a lot more now. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to carefully drop some more batter on this side. Kind of bring it up level now. This is what we call a broken mica line. Looks pretty neat when you cut it. Just try to bring it up evenly. All right. See if I can kind of jiggle this around a little bit and get a little bit level. Like I so want to smack it down on the counter right now, but I don't want to mess up the mica line I already have, so we're just going to jiggle it around a little bit, see if we can get it semi-leveled off. A little bit too much on this end. Okay, so now what we're going to do is come back in with the mica. Now we're going to go the entire length and width, just all over the top. Yeah, I went back and checked the manufacturer and their website, and it does actually say it discolors. So that is my fault entirely. It's my bad. Okay. Got a little ahead of myself on the design, and I just wasn't paying attention. So it's completely my fault. But you know what? We're gonna rock it and we're gonna see what happens. Trying to hurry and get the rest of this on here before that other batter sets up. There we go. That looks good. Okay. So now that we have that, now I can smack it down a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to plop the rest of this. Oh goodness, yeah. We'll have to plop the rest of this batter in. Maybe smack it down, rough it up a little bit. And then I will go in with the mica on top, and I will probably, since this is so thick, I probably won't do like a swirl design, you know, with the chopstick and everything. I will probably just drip the mica on it, and where it lands, and see how that comes out in the design. I've actually done that a couple of times before, and it's really pretty. But I think it depends a lot on, you know, how it looks anyway, the aesthetics of it. It depends a lot on how thick or thin your batter is, and if it's too thick, it doesn't really come out as pretty as I know it can. So we'll just have to see what we get, if we can get the same effect with our batter being this thick. We're just gonna smush it in. Y'all just love my little made up words. I'll come back and clean up the mold in a little bit. I'm just trying to get all this in so I can get something going on the top. think it'll come out nice though with the little mica drips on it. But this also does say that it might turn out a light brown. And I didn't put any titanium dioxide in here, so we shall see. Which is saying light brown. It shouldn't be. That shouldn't be a problem. At least I don't think. I think the soap still smells amazing. I mean, you guys know what. Leave me a comment down below if you guys have ever used Beautiful or smelled it. If you like it, if you dislike it. I actually didn't have a bottle of Beautiful to show you today like I did with the previous soaps. We don't have Beautiful here. I have the Beautiful, I think it's called Beautiful Sheer or Beautiful Blush, something to that effect. It's the pink one that we have. And I started to put that one on camera and I was like, nah, I mean, it's not the same company, but I just didn't want to, you know, put the bottle up here, and the bottle that we have is like a light baby pink. And the actual bottle, the original, is just, like, it's just gold perfume. Yeah. And they've come out with several others since then that I just haven't had time to get around and smell, or get out and smell. I do like the original, but to me, I believe it's sheer. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong, but I think it's sheer. But I think it has, I think it's a little softer. It's not as in your face as this one, which, I mean, this smells great. I just like the lighter scents. I don't like the heavy perfume. I mean, I suffer with migraines, so I can't take a whole lot of strong scents. Usually have to wear my little mask, little respirator mask when I'm soaping, because these fragrances get to me and I will have a migraine for several days after. It's actually a lot more of the men fragrances that get to me the most, and I guess it's because it has musk in it. Anything with musk just like sets my head on fire. And I love musk. I mean, it smells so good, but it's just a little rough on my noggin, so have to be careful what kind of perfumes and stuff we use around the house. I used to use, what was it? I think it was Very Sexy by Victoria's Secret. Loved it. My head did not love it. And then what was the other one I used? It was, what was it? Like Gucci, Guilty. It was like, I think it was Guilty by Gucci. Love that one. It was too strong. So I went to using Cool Water for Women. Love that by David Off. Love Cool Water for Women. And Elizabeth Arden. That was it. That was the other one. Elizabeth Arden Red Door. Y'all. Oh. Absolutely love that fragrance. And it kills my head. Like, even one spray, I will have a migraine for 3 or 4 days. Yeah, it's not fun. But I love all the smells, though. It's just what they do to my head is not fun. So yeah, I'm just going to drizzle this just kind of all over the place, and we're just going to see what happens. I really don't want to even attempt to swirl this, because that is so set up on the bottom right now, and it's just going to be chunky and be like full of air holes. Probably should have done that before I put the mic on, but we're good. Okay, let's see. I wonder if I could even, let's see if I can. Yeah, see if I do that. It's just going to be all chunky and weird looking. I'm going to give it a little texture, but I don't really like that. You can't really smear it around. Trying to like just barely touch it and kind of drag it through. I know. I can't leave well enough alone. I just have to be so extra. But, you know, it's art. I can paint how I want. This is my masterpiece here. And honestly, once all this mica soaks in, or once the oil soaks in and the mica is just sitting there, you're going to be able to see all this texture on top. Ooh, that was definitely a fragrance I don't know that I will work with again. I mean, it's beautiful. I love it's beautiful. Get it? I love the smell of it. As far as soap goes, probably will never do this one, you know, use this one again without better planning on my part anyway. Just the fact that it turns light brown, yeah, that kind of throws off a lot of designs. Anything with vanillin in it, which I don't think this one contains vanillin. It might have some. I'll put the fragrance notes in the description box below. But a lot of fragrances will discolor, especially your bakery fragrances and anything with vanillin in it, will discolor to a brown or tan, and it's not all that pretty. You know, when you get to making the fall soaps, it's great because just about everything, you know, in your fall line is going to be brown or maroon or dark green, orange, things like that. And so it's kind of great for that. But if you try to do like a birthday cake soap, you're going to have, the fragrance is going to have vanillin in it. Anything with, you know, cupcake frosting, and it's gonna turn brown. So you have to kind of design your soaps around that and say, okay, well, I'm just gonna do a brown base with, you know, a white swirl and not put any of the fragrance in the white portion of it, so that you can at least get some kind of design out of it. But it's okay, it's cool. I think a yellow soap is pretty. And it will, like I said, it will turn light brown is what they said. So we'll see what it turns out like. I will have pictures after I do the cut. I will have some final pics of the soap up, but that will not be, I don't think it will discolor by then. It'll probably take along the, you know, 3 to 6 week mark, somewhere in there. And sometimes fragrances can continue to discolor long after that period is up as well. So we shall see what it looks like when I cut it. And then hopefully by the time I post pics on social media, we'll see what the end result is going to be. So, well, thanks for hanging around with me today. See how janky the top looks? It's fine though. But thanks for hanging around, and this is going to be the third soap in the May release. Again, this is Beautiful Type by Estee Lauder. So check it out. Bye. Hey guys, we're back to cut Beautiful. It's the Estee Lauder Beautiful Type soap. And I suspect this one is going to have a lot of air holes in it since the batter thickened up so much and I wasn't able to bang the crap out of it and get as many air bubbles out as I would like, but I think it'll be okay. All right, let's cut. Curious to see how that mica line came out. Let's pull one out of the middle. But it actually came out really nice. Yeah, see there's a few little air holes in there, but you can see how the mica line goes. Yeah, I think that looks really good. That's pretty cool. I'm not mad about it. Looks pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I love how those lines did. Another air hole. That looks really pretty. Oh, and it smells so good. It smells just like the perfume. Like all three of these fragrances that I've soaped with so far have been spot on. I did order samples of them before I went for the big bottle, obviously, so that I could, you know, smell them and see how close they were to the original or to the actual perfume before I got the big bottle. And they're pretty spot on. And my phone and my camera are doing a weird thing again. I don't know what's going on, but hope you guys can still see and hear me. Got a little bit of a sniffle this morning. I just, when I had my morning coffee, had a little sneezing fit. All this pollen in the air. Woo, man. Definitely getting to me. I'll have to take a Claritin today. And it could be because I wasn't wearing my mask when I was soaping yesterday either. I said these fragrances, me and my migraines, it is something else. I've just always kind of dealt with it. I'm just not one to, you know, take medicine often at all. My husband will gripe at me. He's like, well, have you taken anything for your head? And I'm like, no. Most of the time I just feel, you know, so nauseous that I don't want to take anything, you know. I just want to get in a cool, dark room and, you know, where it's quiet and just lay down. But sometimes it hurts so much. Even laying down doesn't really help. But I just don't really like taking medicine. I'll take, you know, like ibuprofen or Claritin or something, but I'm just not a big medicine taker. Never have really been a fan. My dad would always, I think he would take like 2 aspirin in the morning with his coffee. And then later on in the day, he would take 2 more aspirin. And I was just like, Dad, that's not good for you. But he would do it anyway. He loved his aspirin and he loved his coffee. I have just never been one for it. I was like, I'll just deal with the pain. It'll be over soon. But my migraines can typically last at least a couple of days. It's not fun. Just get this like foggy feel in your head, you know, and you can't concentrate or think about anything. And I think migraines are misunderstood a lot. I don't think there's a whole lot of people out there, at least not that I've talked to, that understand how severe migraines are, and that it's not just a headache, you know. It is definitely not just a normal headache. You know, you kind of feel like somebody has jammed a hot searing poker through your temple or through your eye, and they're just stabbing you there every once in a while, just turning it just a little more. And you know, you get sensitive to smells and sounds and light, and it is not fun. A lot of people think it's just a headache, but oh, it's so much more. I've thought for years about getting a shot. I know they do Botox injections. I know that sounds funny. You know, not for the my eyebrows are always going to be touching my hairline Botox, but I mean, that's kind of what it does. It does remove wrinkle or paralyzes your muscles. I'll put it that way. But it's a neurotoxin. But it does help with migraines significantly from what I've heard. You know, I've thought about doing that. But I'm just a big sissy when it comes to needles. You know, especially near my face. Jeez. But, I don't know. Why don't you guys tell me down in the comments what you think? Do any of you experience migraines or know someone who does? You can give a little insight into this. There's just a lot of people out there who don't understand, but it's okay. I just try to deal. Alright guys, well I think the soap came out pretty good considering the little hiccup we had where it turned the batter bright yellow. You guys saw it yesterday. It kind of looked like Big Bird, or you know, a big bucket of mustard or something, but it's actually pretty. It looks like it turned out uncolored. You know, it just looks like plain soap batter. And then it's got these gold mica lines in it. The mica lines came out really good. I'm proud of those mica lines. The top is still very pretty. So yeah, I think it's fitting for the fragrance. So that was the third soap in the May Designer Women's Collection. And it is Beautiful Type by Estee Lauder. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.